Meanwhile, New York gubernatorial candidate and former Sex and the City star Cynthia Nixon yesterday called the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, a terrorist organization and called for its abolition. Nixon says ICE has strayed from its mission to keep Americans safe and is terrorizing people coming to this country. Joining me now is former NYPD officer and former Secret Service agent Dan Bongino. Dan, I've got a list of a couple of dozen ICE agents here who died in the line of duty. And I'm just going to read through some of their last names: Martinez, Morales, Gomez, Alvarez, Barraza, Vega, Ramirez, Dominguez, Cavazos, Rojas. I could go on. These are supposedly the anti-Latino terrorists that Cynthia Nixon was talking about.
David, this is, listen, I'm just being candid with you. This is one of the most troubling times I've ever seen in my, 2 decades heavily involved in politics. I've never seen anything like this. People make statements like this, David, that I think you and I both understand. 20 or 30 years ago, you would never be accepted again in polite company on either side of the political aisle if you were to call law-abiding, patriotic law enforcement officers for the United States who are employed by ICE terrorists. You would be humiliated. You would never be allowed in polite company again. Now, you run for governor under the banner of the Democrat Party, and people almost celebrate these absurd comments. Did you see her appearance on The View, where she made these hostile statements, and nobody, people in the crowd were like clapping as if it was funny, David? I have never seen anything like this.
Well, I trust that a lot of the audience is just plain old ignorant. But Lord knows she's ignorant, but she is so nasty. And the fact that the families of these agents, these Hispanic agents, are now have to endure, not only do they have to endure the murder and death of their families and loved ones who put their lives on the line and lost their lives as a result of fighting, but to add insult to injury, to suggest that these Hispanic officers were anti-Hispanic. It's nuts.
You know, David, my wife's maiden name is Martinez de Ortiz. That's not Irish. I know you can figure that out. Liberals may have a tough time with that. My wife's a first-generation immigrant from Colombia. It's amazing how this collective identity thing liberals want to impose on us works. If you are a conservative, then you are a racist, a xenophobe, whatever it may be. And it defies common sense. But do you understand that what they're doing here is very tactical, David? They want to dehumanize you so that they win the argument before it starts. Because if the debate actually starts, they'll lose on the facts. So by getting people to believe that we're all racists and xenophobes or whatever, even those Hispanic, patriotic law enforcement officers that died in the line of duty, then there is no argument. They can avoid the uncomfortable facts that would slam them in the face.
You know, at the risk of getting too personal, I gotta tell. I married a Nicaraguan immigrant who came here with her 7-year-old son who didn't speak a word of Spanish. He had a tough time adjusting, but we did it legally. It took a couple of years before they were able to get the green card and finally get citizenship. He's now a U.S. Marine. Again, it takes time. It takes heartache, sometimes heartbreak when an immigrant comes to this country. But for somebody like you or like me who've helped immigrants come from places in Central America, it's an insult to the people who do it legally and to the people who go out of their way to help the folks from Central America, what some of these people like Nixon are doing.
David, I'm so glad you said that, and I know how proud you are of that. And you're damn right. I mean, excuse my language. But my wife and I spent 7 years going through this process, and probably close to $15,000. You know what, David? I get it. The legal immigration process is a mess, and there's a fair argument to be had. You know why I know that? I went through it. Yeah, so did you. It stinks. But what do you say to people like your spouse and mine who sat there patiently and waited in line to raise their right hand while everybody else gets to jump the line and gets the exact same benefit? That's not equal application of the rule of law. I'm sorry, that's not fair. What about their stories? Do they matter, or do they get lost in this whole thing?
And again, I want to bring it back to the ICE agents, because for people who put their lives on the line, I'm concerned, and maybe you could assuage my concern, but I am concerned that people will be much less likely to volunteer for these jobs that are so dangerous in and of themselves and that now have to deal with ridicule of idiots like Cynthia Nixon.
You know, I wish I could put you at ease here. But but I can't. I mean, here's the problem, David. You know, we view liberals as generally, well, me, I mean, as a conservative, as people with generally bad ideas, and I'd like to debate those ideas. The problem we're having now is the other side, not all Democrats, I'm not going to do what they do to us, but a good portion of the radical far left, they don't view us as people with bad ideas. They view us as bad people with ideas. That's far different. And they lump in ICE and law enforcement with that. You know, think about it, David. The Father's Day just passed.
Yeah.
That Officer Morales you just mentioned, this patriot who died in the line of duty, I've never met the man in my life. And you know what? I never will, because he's not here. And at that Father's Day dinner table, some kid was missing his parents. These are the same people Cynthia Nixon calls terrorists. I mean, really disgusting, horrible stuff. She should be horrified. She should drop out of the race tomorrow.
These are heroes to the nation. They're heroes not only to the nation, but to their families that she has just insulted. And there is no forgiveness for that. Dan Bongino, thank you for your service, sir. Appreciate you coming on.